Hey everyone, this is Timothy here. You probably know me as one of the co-founders of Pony Pride V3, along with my other co-founder, Mariella. So I'd like to talk about a few things. So a long time ago, me and Mariella had the idea to basically create a really fun 18 plus pony group where people could post sexy pictures, people could post art and stories, people could just have fun, and ultimately where people could just be themselves. Now, there's been a few things on my mind, and I just want to say right now, I'm still gonna I co-run this group, and the group isn't gonna be lost at all, so you don't have to worry about that. There's just been a few things on my mind, so I guess I'll start off with I'm gonna talk about the group, I'm gonna talk about the admins, and then finally myself. So lately, what's been on my mind is running the group is sometimes people honestly just don't listen to rules. When we say don't post any Philly or Colts or child hentai, we're serious about that. And after a while, it just gets kind of tiresome to just clean up the mess constantly and constantly when we have to constantly check with people about ages of characters that they're posting. And this should just be something that people should just look into. If you know the character is below the age of 18, then just don't post it, because we don't like to give warnings, and we don't like to clean up about people anyways. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the admins. So along with myself, my admins do work very hard, and just like myself, they do have authority. But I think some people fail to see this. A good example yesterday, my good friend Natasha Robertson, one of my admins, basically said to everybody to not post spoilers with season 5. I mean, at the beginning, I didn't really think of the severity of it, but people, even after she kept making posts about being upset because she hadn't seen it yet, everybody just kept going and posting spoilers and spoilers and spoilers, and people honestly ought to have a little more respect for the admins, and not just the fact that they work with me and that they work really hard, but the fact is they also have authority here. They have the power to remove images. They also have the power to remove members if necessary. So that's honestly just something to think about. That they work very hard, and if you do mess with an admin, if you don't compromise, then they can take you out. I mean, to some people this might seem like an abuse of power, but at the same time, one of our rules basically states, like no harassment, no bullying whatsoever, and this is just not a good call with admins, and especially other members. Everybody should just be more kind to each other. And not to mention too, we also have a no spam rule. So basically, when Natasha really just wanted you guys not to post spoilers, many of you should have just listened to her, because she is an admin, she does have authority, and she deserves the 100 most respect for all the hard work she does, because she works very, very hard in this group, along with the others. And I also think some people just don't see that with admins. They don't read the rules, and they don't actually see who's in control. I know I'm the guy people usually turn to, but sometimes it's kind of sad, and sometimes it kind of sucks when I have to be the one to remove members. I have to be the one to get on people's cases, because people just aren't listening to my admins, and they have as much authority as I do in this group. So please be respectful. Now, finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about myself. So there's been I've heard a few things here and there, and the way I've come to conclusion with the group that I run, Pony Pride V3, that there are a lot of people who like me and respect me and love me being a leader, but some other people feel differently, and including some admins and some members, just about how I run things. So to go over a few things. Lately, with some Bronies United admins, people have basically thought that that I'm too soft, that I let them have a hall pass, and that's one thing. And number two, people think that I'm egotistical. People think that I'm vain, and that I'm just way too full of myself. So I'd like to talk a little bit about those things. So one thing about Bronies United is, when I think of Bronies United, I think of the admins that I've talked to, and that are also members of a group. So I think of Roman Toth, I think of Scott Meyer, and I also think of Daniel Sun. And to tell you the truth, I like these guys, and also they've helped their group grow so much. You know, it's before you think that I'm growing soft and just giving them a hall pass to help out a group, take for a second and think that without these guys, you know, there wouldn't be any Pony Pride. Many of you admins wouldn't even know about this group had I not done a recruit in Bronies United. So when I think of staying on the good side of a large group and great people that actually help our members grow, just take a second to think that there is a little bit of pressure on me, and I'm really just trying to please everybody. If we want Pony Pride to grow as a whole, then we must respect those admins and just honestly just work with them, because I'm not trying to be soft and, you know, like give them, you know, like 20 chances if they mess something up or anything. I'm honestly just trying to find a way that we can all work together. And basically, to talk about the other thing, you know, when people think of me as vain and egotistical, I will agree that I do have an ego, and I will say why I have an ego. Basically, in my case, when I created a Pony Pride V3 with my admin Mariella, basically when I have so many awesome people saying nice things about me, you know, I mean, sometimes it's nice to hear, you know, things like calling me the Grandmaster or the Sheriff or the King, and, you know, yes, it does sound a little egotistical, but it honestly feels nice to have a bunch of people follow you, to have a bunch of people look up to you for many reasons, whether it be my horror story writing skills, my jokes, or just my leadership in this group. So, you know, when it comes to an ego, yes, I have an ego. And another thing I want to say about that too is knowing the fact that I've basically created a group where adults can be themselves. People have found love in this group. People have found people to talk to in their most grimmest times, and basically where people can express themselves without, you know, people thinking they're strange. You know, when I think of being egotistical, I think of a good ego, knowing the fact that I've done so much for each and every one of you. And sometimes I can't be around because either I'm working for my mom, or I also work as an event promoter for raves, fetish parties, concerts, and club events. So when I'm out partying on the weekends, you know, I can't always be around, much like how my admins can't always be around to tackle everything. That's why we have such a cohesive team. So what was I going to say? When it basically comes to running this group as a whole, you know, here's one thing I want to say about myself. Whether you love me or whether you don't like me, all I'm just saying to you is to simply just bear with me, just bear with us, because we might have our agreements and disagreements, we might have our similarities and differences, but we're honestly all in this group together. And to conclude this message, my name is Timothy Campbell Jennings. I'm your co-founder and leader of Pony Pride V3, and together me and my admins provide a fun experience for all of you. So please just take everything you've thought with the video here and just really take it into mind. We are Pony Pride V3. We stand as one, and we are unbreakable. Thanks for watching.